Can you explain?
Yeah, here you have some piece that I have at home, and this is really the historic piece. The first one is 1970 to 1973. This is my DDS just on optical print CAD-CAM. And the name of my thesis was Empreinte Optique, meaning in America optical print. And in this thesis I describe everything, takes the impression with optic, with laser, computer, communication with laboratory, milling with laser, milling with spark erosion, milling with a milling machine, changer tools, but also I describe the different diagnostic. And I explained the cone beam, how it's possible to mix the optical print and the cone beam. That was my first paper. After that, I worked with Matra and Thomson, and in 1981, 1982, we make the first presentation of this camera. This camera was an optical print camera, take impression in mouse, at the same time lingual and vestibular. It was possible to take at the same time the two parts of the tooth. And we had the optical fiber to be connected to the computer and to the CCD. 2 years later, I introduced this camera, and this camera was the fast profilometry camera. This technology is at the present time in the CEREC system. But that camera was designed in 1984-1985, and I take the impression in mouse for the first time in Congress, and in front of the dentist, 800 dentists, I milled the first crown in a mouse and I fixed it in a mouse. Whole process. It was in November 1985 in Paris, during the Congress of ETF. We have just only one piece of that in the world. This camera was designed in 1986 and 1987. This camera was used in Chicago midwinter to take the first impression directly in front of 5,000 dentists. And at the same time, you take the impression, design on a computer with a Matra computer, milling the crown, and we have a virtual articulator and a real design numerical articulator in the head of the patient. At the same time, I had a spectrocolorimeter to take the color of the tooth. During 3 hours, we mill the molar, crown on molar, we adjust the occlusion, and we adjust the coloration with the spectrocolorimeter. And we did that in front of the dentist, of course, with that. That's historic piece. This is an example of the magazine, a French magazine. This French magazine is 1985, and you can see on this magazine, first of all, the camera, the design of the arc that we did at the same time, and the name of the French company which developed. Unfortunately, this company disappeared because in France it was very difficult to find money to finish the development. That's it.